Hello everyone, welcome to Group 2 presentation. And today we are going to talk about stress in English. Our group have 5 members. We are Nguyễn Thị Vũ Hà, Hoàng Thị Giang, Nguyễn Minh Hiên, Lê Thị Hồng Hạnh, and Nguyễn Thị Hồng. And in this presentation, we have 4 contents. There are levels of stress, word stress placement, weak form and strong form, sentence stress.
Hi, my name is Vũ Ha, and now I will present about levels of stress. Stress is the pronunciation of a word or syllable with more force than the surrounding syllables or words. It is often heard as being louder than the surrounding unstressed ones. Stressed syllables or stressed words are normally on higher pitch and with longer duration. And next we are talking about the 3 levels of syllable stress in English: primary, secondary, and unstressed syllable. We will start with the primary stress. The syllable with the primary stress is the loudest and longest syllable in a word. It has a very noticeable change in pitch on the vowel. In one syllable words, that one syllable gets the primary stress. Look at the example. Blue, blue. 10, 10. It's the only syllable in the word, so of course it receives the primary stress that makes sense the vowel E louder and longer. The only exceptions to this rule are a handful of function words like the, which are usually unstressed or reduced. The second level of stress is secondary stress. These are the syllables that are stressed, but not as much as the primary stress, so they are loud and long with a change in pitch, but not as loud or as long as the syllables that get the primary stress. The change in pitch on the vowel is not quite as noticeable. Look at the example. We can see this in disappear and phone in telephone are underlined, so that means it is the secondary stress. The third stress is unstressed syllable. These are the syllables that have no stress at all, so we rush through them and shorten them so much that the vowel in the syllable is almost completely gone. The change in pitch on the vowel is barely noticeable, but it is there. We have example: prepare and today. Pre in prepare and to in today are underlined, so that means it's an unstressed syllable. We will see an example that contains all 3 levels. Let's see.
Take a look at 2 examples of words that contain all 3 levels. This is the way I write out syllable stress for my students. The bold capital letters represent the primary stress, or our first level of stress, as you see here. The capital letters but regular font represent the secondary stress, or level 2. And the lowercase letters represent the unstressed syllables, or those words that you cut, reduce, or rush through. Make it louder, longer, with an obvious change in pitch. Geography. Geography. Go up in pitch. Try it. Geography. Geometry. The change in pitch is obvious. Geometry.
So, As a reminder, the important part of bold is the contrast between all these different levels of loudness, duration, and pitch that creates the rhythm of English.
Part 2. Stress patterns on compound words. An English compound word has two parts. Two different words combined together, and the identification of primary stress can be based on its morphological structure. Stress patterns on simple words and derivative words. A single word form, either simple or derivative form, may have the primary stress on the initial syllable, middle syllable, or the final syllable, depending on which word class it is and which component it combines with. In most two-syllable nouns and adjectives, the primary stress falls on the first syllable, the penultimate, as in happy, clever, present, weather, increase. According to Carr, native English nouns and adjectives having two syllables take the penultimate stress, where the main stress of two-syllable verbs ending in ate, such as create, donate, relate, vibrate. And the words ending in ic, sion, tion have the penultimate stress, such as economic, academic, decision, conversation, location, environmental, accidental. The words ending in ctvg8 take the antepenultimate stress, such as democracy, technology, practicality, photography, geology. The rule is true for all polysyllabic verbs, and the active ending in ate, such as graduate, estimate, accumulate, communicate, differentiate. Many suffixes of Latin, Greek, and French take the primary stress on themselves. Therefore, the words that have the following endings typically take the ultimate stress. For example, AIN, entertain, sustain, EER, volunteer, engineer, ETTE, kitchenette, barrette, bloggette, IQUE or ESQUE, pictoric, unique, technique. EE is refugee, interviewee, payee. And the last one is OON, balloon, cartoon, lagoon, maroon.
Okay, we learned about the stress pattern on the compound words. Number 1, main stress on the first part. Perhaps the most familiar type compound is the one that comprises two nouns and normally has the stress on the first element. For the compound noun, we have the noun plus noun. Example, teacup. We say teacup, don't say teacup. Now verb in. Example, swimming pool. Okay, let's look at the following short video.
Sun. This is the sun. Sun is also a noun. So we put these two nouns together and we get the compound noun, sunglasses. Sunglasses is a compound noun. These are sunglasses. So usually the first noun is talking about the second noun. It's acting like an adjective. How do we pronounce these compound nouns? Where is the word stress when we pronounce it? What syllable is strong? Well, the compound noun, even though it's made of two words and two nouns, it's pronounced as if like it was one word. So sunglasses, we don't pronounce it sunglasses, we say sunglasses.
Alright, now we learn about the compound adjective. Compound adjectives are usually written in one word. Now plug in form. Example, Thai consuming. We say Thai consuming. We don't say Thai consuming. Okay. Then now come the past participle. Example, the pear shaped. Pear shaped. Pear shaped. Next, let's do the main thread on the second part. For the compound, now the second part is the primary state in the tail pattern. Look at the screen, we have the three forms. Adjective plus noun. Example, deep state. Deep state. We say deep state. Adjective converting global warming. Global warming. Past participle plus noun. Lost gravity. Lost gravity.
Adjectives. Those are adjectives put together to form a new adjective with a new meaning. Often they have a little hyphen in between. Those adjectives are usually stressed on the second syllable, the second word. Here are some examples. Hard-working, part-time, long-distance, well-behaved, open-minded, brand new, ice-cold, old-fashioned, and many more. All of them have the stress on the second syllable, and that is usually also the second.
At the last, for the compound adjective, primary state fall on the second part in the following structures. Noun plus adjective. Example, fast breed, fast breed. Snow white, snow white. Adjective plus noun, long term, long term. Adverb or adjective plus past participle, participle. Full growth, full growth. Or adverb or adjective plus in form, easy going, easy going. Okay.
Weak form and strong form. In spoken English, to match the natural rhythm of the unturned words can be classified into two types, weak form and strong form. What are strong and weak form?
What are strong and weak forms? Now, the strong form of a word is the word said in isolation. When we stress it, it's clearly pronounced and none of the vowels are reduced. The weak form, however, is the word when it's unstressed. Vowels are reduced, sounds changed, some are even dropped, and it sounds very different, but that's the one that you hear most of the time. Think of the word has. This is the strong form, has, but very often it becomes has or even is. And that are the weak forms. Think of it as a selfie. The strong form is the selfie, all sexy and pretty, great lighting. But the weak form, that's you, that's reality. That's what you have every day. Hopefully that will help you to remember the difference between strong and weak forms.
Functional words, pronoun, conjunctions, preposition, article, determinants, auxiliaries, and moral verb. Normally, in a sentence, the content words are fully stated, whereas the functional words are unstressed or pronounced in the weak form. All words that have a weak form has only one syllable. There are no more syllabic apart from any. Most of the weak form use the vowel sound schwa. For example, black and white, bird, strong from but, weak from bad. Tell him to go, strong from him to, weak from tell him to go. Determine, quantify, pronoun. Preposition, particle, conjunctions, auxiliaries. According to Ras, a function word can occur in the strong form in the following circumstance: when it is as an children who are looking for, when it so a contract is for him, not for her, when it's a city. You should put between these two clauses. When it's ill for the purpose of empathy, you must visit the environment on time.
Thank you. My name is Hong. I will continue to share about our group presentation. For sentence stress is a pattern of stressed and understressed syllable in a language, and it gives spoken English rhythm and back a accent on certain words within a sentence. What is stress? When a syllable is said louder and longer. Let's watch the video to understand more about this part.
The kids want pizza for dinner. And the words that are stressed I've put in purple, and there's a little stress bubble above them. Now the words kids and want both only consist of one syllable. This is pretty easy. That's the one obviously that's stressed. And then pizza and dinner both consist of two syllables, but only the first one is stressed, and so that's why half of the word is only in purple. P and D, so pizza and dinner are P and D basically are the syllables that are stressed, and so the bubble is just above that part of the word, okay? And then we've got another example. Painting and reading are my favorite hobbies. So paint, read, favorite hobbies, okay? Those four words, and within the word, those syllables are stressed. Painting, reading, favorite hobbies. P and D, so pizza and dinner are P and D basically are the syllables that are stressed, and so the bubble is just above that part of the word, okay? And then we've got another example. Painting and reading are my favorite hobbies. So paint, read, favorite hobbies, okay? Those four words, and within the word, those syllables are stressed. Painting, reading, favorite hobbies.
The continue rule contain words are stressed. Structural words are unstressed. The time between stressed words is always the same. The following table can help you decide which words are content words and which words are structural words. Here's you two table about content words, stressed and structural words unstressed. In discourse, some words are more important and they are more prominent than others because they convey the new information. So the context or church around a special attention. For example, A. How do you feel about the film? It's very boring. B. Do you like this or that one? This one, please. In dialogue, a very get much stress and boring because the speaker wants to emphasize her or his feeling. B. This and that are most better to show a contrast between the two items.